How did I get into Star Search? Well, actually, they had a little audition in New Orleans, and I went in when I was, like, really young, before I went even to New York or anything. And I auditioned, and they called me back, and that was a really, really long time ago. I just remember when I was there, it was like my first time to ever be on TV, and I was so young, I really didn't think, I was like 8 years old. No, actually, I was 9. Well, the first time I auditioned, I had a friend, and her name was Britney, too, and we both danced with each other, and we were like, Mom, there's a big open call for the Mickey Mouse Club in Atlanta. We heard through friends. Like, we want to go. And she was like, no, I'm not driving all that way, to Atlanta. So we begged them for like 2 weeks. So finally, like, okay, we'll take you. So we went there, and it was like this huge, open call, and we weren't really expecting anything. And, well, they narrowed it down to like 6 kids, and me and her, we were one of the 6 kids, and the casting director was like, you know what, I think you're too young. And that's when they were hiring people like Carrie Russell. They were like, I think 5 years older than me. And like JC, it was like a, older set of kids. And like, you're too young, but I really think it would be, cool if you went to New York, because I have an agency there that I want you to check out. So we were like, whatever, we went home, and I waited like 6 months before we got the courage to go up there and just experience it, because I'm from a small town, and it's just really unheard of just to up and go to New York. And people were telling my mom, like, you're crazy. We did it, and we went up there, and it was hard at first because I had to make new friends, but something about New York, when you first get there, it's kind of scary, but it kind of grows on you, like the energy and the whole New York thing. I ended up loving it. And I got a job doing an off-Broadway play called Ruthless, and it was based on a movie, The Bad Seed. And it was a lot of hard work because I was the main character, and you had to sing, and you had to dance, and you had to act, and it was every night. And it was just like so monotonous. It was just, but then I kind of got tired, and I was gonna have to perform on Christmas night, and I was getting really upset, because I wanted Santa Claus, I wanted to be home with my family, and I think I was like 11 years old, and so I told my mom, because she always told me, whenever you want to pack up and just go home, let's do it. So I was like, you know what, I gotta go home, I gotta go home and be with my family again, because I totally missed it. So we packed up and everything, but the day before we left to audition again for the Mickey Mouse Club, they had another, audition for it. It was like, this is like 2 years later. And that's when I got it. So I got to go home and experience Christmas. Then I waited like 3 months before I started doing the Mickey Mouse Club. And the Mickey Mouse Club, it was so much fun. It really was. I mean, there was like 20 kids on the show. And I mean, we did it at MGM Studios. So it was like we were right next to Magic Kingdom. And it was just like, it was so cool. Because like on our breaks, we would just go and ride rides. And it was so easy, really, because you get up at like 9, you do your thing, and then you were off at 6. And I don't know, and I had like a lot of friends, and it was so much fun. I did the show for 2 years, but it was 6 months out of each year that I had to go. So, when we got finished filming, I would get to go home for 6 months and just be, normal. You do have to make sacrifices sometimes for things that you really love, and that's one of them. And I mean, just like that, and just me being away from my family. But I have to say, I would much rather be doing this. I mean, it's either that or, not doing this. So, I mean, I would much rather be doing this.